Historic NHL Drafts 2001 to 2004. In this episode of Historic NHL Redrafts, I'll be redrafting NHL Drafts from 2001 to 2004. The draft order of the 2001 draft is determined by the standings from the 2000-2001 season. In the 2001 redraft, the Atlanta Thrashers draft Ilya Kovalchuk, the Columbus Blue Jackets draft Jason Spezza, Minnesota Wild draft Mikko Koivu, Boston Bruins draft Jason Pominville, Pittsburgh Penguins draft Patrick Sharp, Chicago Blackhawks draft Mike Camilleri, Nashville Predators draft Thomas Plekanec, New York Rangers draft Alex Hemsky, Phoenix Coyotes draft Marek Zalewski, Montreal Canadiens draft Derek Roy, Florida Panthers draft Stephen Weiss, Tampa Bay Lightning draft Kevin Bieksa, Anaheim Mighty Ducks draft Mike Smith, Montreal Canadiens draft Dan Hamhuis, Boston Bruins draft Dennis Seidenberg, San Jose Sharks draft Christian Ehrhoff, Detroit Red Wings draft Jussi Jokinen, Philadelphia Flyers draft Johnny Oduya, Florida Panthers draft Tuomo Ruutu, Ottawa Senators draft Fedor Tutin, Buffalo Sabres draft Ryan Clough, Vancouver Canucks draft RJ Umberger, Calgary Flames draft Brooks Laich, and the Dallas Stars draft Tim Gleason. In the 2002 redraft, the Atlanta Thrashers draft Duncan Keith, Columbus Blue Jackets draft Rick Nash, Minnesota Wild draft Jay Bouwmeester, Boston Bruins draft Cam Ward, Pittsburgh Penguins draft Alexander Semin, Chicago Blackhawks draft Kari Lehtonen, Nashville Predators draft Alex Steen, New York Rangers draft Valtteri Filppula, Phoenix Coyotes draft Franz Nielsen, Montreal Canadiens draft Joffrey Lupul, Florida Panthers draft Trevor Daley, Tampa Bay Lightning draft Yuri Hodler, Anaheim Mighty Ducks draft Dennis Weidman, Edmonton Oilers draft Jani Pitkanen, Boston Bruins draft Johnny Boychuk, San Jose Sharks draft James Wisniewski, Detroit Red Wings draft Matt Stajan, Philadelphia Flyers draft Pierre-Marc Bouchard, Florida Panthers draft Chris Higgins, Ottawa Senators draft Ryan Whitney, and the Calgary Flames draft Matthew Lombardi. In the 2003 redraft, the Pittsburgh Penguins draft Marc-Andre Fleury, Boston Bruins draft Patrice Bergeron, Columbus Blue Jackets draft Ryan Getzlaf, Chicago Blackhawks draft Eric Stahl, Phoenix Coyotes draft Shea Weber, Atlanta Thrashers draft Joe Pavelski, New York Rangers draft Brent Burns, Montreal Canadiens draft Corey Perry, Calgary Flames draft Zach Parise, Washington Capitals draft Ryan Suter, Detroit Red Wings draft Jeff Carter, Florida Panthers draft Thomas Vanek, New Jersey Devils draft Dion Phaneuf, San Jose Sharks draft Brent Seabrook, New York Islanders draft Ryan Kessler, Anaheim Mighty Ducks draft Louis Eriksson, Minnesota Wild draft Dustin Byfuglien, Nashville Predators draft Dustin Brown, Philadelphia Flyers draft Mike Richards, LA Kings draft David Backes, Tampa Bay Lightning draft Corey Crawford, Dallas Stars draft Nathan Horton, LA Kings draft Tobias Enstrom, St. Louis Blues draft Jimmy Howard, Ottawa Senators draft Milan Michalek, and the LA Kings draft Yaroslav Halak. In the 2004 draft, the Washington Capitals draft Alex Ovechkin, Pittsburgh Penguins draft Evgeny Malkin, Boston Bruins draft Blake Wheeler, Carolina Hurricanes draft Pekka Rinne, Chicago Blackhawks draft David Krejci, Phoenix Coyotes draft Travis Zajac, Columbus Blue Jackets draft Mike Green, Atlanta Thrashers draft Andrew Ladd, Florida Panthers draft Alex Radulov, Anaheim Mighty Ducks draft Mark Streit, Buffalo Sabres draft Alex Edler, New York Rangers draft Johan Franzen, Calgary Flames draft Alex Goligoski, Edmonton Oilers draft Brandon Dubinsky, Montreal Canadiens draft Ryan Callahan, Minnesota Wild draft Chris Versteeg, Detroit Red Wings draft Corey Schneider, St. Louis Blues draft Andre Sekera, New York Islanders draft Mikhail Grabowski, San Jose Sharks draft David Booth, Nashville Predators draft Carl Soderberg, and the Tampa Bay Lightning draft Troy Brouwer. If the changes are not indicated here, the pick stays the same. Notable changes: Atlanta Thrashers draft Ilya Kovalchuk, Duncan Keith, Joe Pavelski, and Andrew Ladd. Columbus Blue Jackets get Jason Spezza, Rick Nash, Ryan Getzlaf, and Mike Green. Pittsburgh Penguins get Patrick Sharp, Alex Semin, Marc-Andre Fleury, and Evgeny Malkin. Boston Bruins get Jason Pominville, Dennis Seidenberg, Cam Ward, Johnny Boychuk, Patrice Bergeron, and Blake Wheeler. Chicago Blackhawks get Mike Camilleri, Kari Lehtonen, Eric Stahl, and David Krejci. Minnesota Wild get Mikko Koivu, Jay Bouwmeester, Dustin Byfuglien, and Chris Versteeg. Phoenix Coyotes draft Marek Zalewski, Franz Nielsen, Shea Weber, and Travis Zajac. The NHL has a lockout in the 2004-2005 season. In the next episode, I will be redrafting NHL Drafts from 2005 to 2007.